Part of the other like half of our show, we always take calls from people who have a lot of like fucked up, ridiculous relationship situations, and a big topic that we get asked about a lot or told stories about a lot are threesomes. And I am of the school of thought that it's a good idea, but execution is tougher than you think, and you have lived that out, and I think you've proven me correct on that one.
Yes,
but I knew the story, but I just brushed up on it. Did I read correctly that it was 3 attempts, like 3 nights?
Yeah, I think we were 0 for 3, basically.
I mean, after 1, I'd be like, let's not do it again. After 2, I'm definitely like, honey, we're not trying this again.
Yeah.
You went 3 nights in a row trying to have sex with a hooker and failed all 3?
It was one night, like, in L.A. with a massage therapist that someone, I won't name, a friend of ours, recommended, right? Implied was, and so it basically, first of all, let me just say this. The whole thing, it was a comedy of errors. I mean, it was just a disaster.
And your wife's idea, yes?
It was my wife's idea, and it was really, if you know my wife or any of her stories at all, she she writes these books, and all the stories are true, but fucking crazy.
She's a trip, yeah.
She's a trip, and it's almost like we were doing this for the story more than anything else.
Like if I was doing something like this, I'd rather it fail. I'd rather it be funny.
Totally. And so for us, it was just like we were recently married. We were best friends, and we were just kind of on this weird adventure together. In my mind, was like, oh, but it'd be dope to get but it never worked out for various reasons. The first time was, we were like, okay, game on, we're gonna see, and like we kept dropping these like hints, like, so it's
time to have sex.
I forget. I didn't go that far.
Yeah.
I kept dropping these subtle hints. Hey, it's time to fuck, right? Just very subtle, very subtle. No, I forget. We'd like kind of like, oh, so she'd be like, okay, get on the table, and I'd be like, Jenny would undress, and I would undress, and we'd be like, not shy. Hey, nothing happened. If anything, she was like shocked.
Yeah,
and we were like, okay, and we kept texting our friend during the night, going, "Are you sure?" And she was like, our friend was like, "Absolutely, she does for me," and her boyfriend at the time, and we were like, really? And so we'd go like back in. We go back in the room, we'd be like, all right, let's try this out. And it would just be a fail every fucking time. So we were like, all right, either you were fucking with us, and she swears to this day she was not fucking
and
with us.
you had the right person?
Yes.
Like it wasn't a mix-up or something?
Not a mix-up. She swears to this day.
This shit just didn't want to fuck you, Jason.
So that's probably what it was. But we did not give up. We were like, you know what? We have a trip to Vegas coming up for a friend's birthday. Let's try it there. Let's go to Vegas, right? It can't fail in Vegas. Oh, dude, the first night was like just crazy. First of all, this woman came in, and it was like not at all what was advertised, and we were just like, okay, whatever, like game on, and
fucking ugly girl, sure.
I didn't say ugly. I did not say she was ugly.
A girl,
not as advertised. Yeah,
it's just a penis. I have one too. Yeah. Whatever. I mean, there's surely a place to put it.
A hole's a hole, man. Whatever, dude.
Fuck, come on. So it came in, and then I didn't have enough money. I thought I did. I was told one number, then another, and I was like, so I had to like run to the ATM, and then like I'm sharing an elevator with like the people whose birthday it was that I didn't want to tell that I was doing this thing, and and they're like, so what are you doing? And I'm like, oh, nothing, just rushing to the ATM to get money for a hooker, And then my card was declined. It was a whole fucking shit show. And then the girl finally was like, I gotta go. I have a nail appointment. True story. So she fucking left. So we're like, well, night 1 in Vegas, a bust. Now we're 0 for 2. But the story's literally writing itself at this point.
Yeah.
And then the third night was like a little bit better. We got a little bit further, but it ended up being Jenny, first of all, could not stop laughing the whole time. I was like, babe.
Was she really eating a bag of chips?
She was eating a bag of chips, literally eating a bag of chips on the edge, on the foot of the bed, looking at me, could not keep a straight face. I'm like, Jenny, please, like, you got to keep a straight face. We got to take it seriously. Like, this is her job. And also, like, do you want me to do this or not? Like, I can't, like, what's up? Because I'm not going to be able to do it if you're fucking laughing at me. And then I lost the whole thing, and then it ended up being like a therapy session between Jenny and this woman, and like, you know, how she got to where she was, and they became like best friends, and like I was like, all right, and then I was just drinking from the mini bar, and it just was like, okay, well, anyway, and then
hanging out with the girls.
We paid her, and she left, and that was it. I mean, the whole fucking thing was just a disaster, but a great story. But anyway,
we get a lot of like funny ideas and calls on this show, and we're like, oh, that's a great movie. I mean, I'm sure that's been told to you before. That's like the birthday present.
I mean,
American High Five.
I was gonna say it really is American Pie. That was, and I was aware of it at the time. I was like, I'm literally, life is imitating art.
Right.
This is Jim. I am Jim. Holy shit. The whole thing sounded way better than it was.
No, but honestly,
it ended up better than
it could have been.
So much better
ended up better than it could have been.
If that went smoothly and you perform and you go to town, I think you're still hearing about that today. I think she think that's an idea on paper, and then it's like, remember that time like you fucked that hooker like you never fucked me before, or whatever it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Something,
or anytime she's asked me for something, she's I couldn't babe. It's not my turn with the kids. I got you a hooker. Fuck you.
Yeah, that's probably what her mastermind plan was.
Yeah, I know.
Chicks are always 3 levels ahead, you know.
I know, but anyway, I do not recommend it unless you're married to someone like my wife, or you played a character in a movie like Jim, where you can kind of sense where it's going to go. Do not do it.